Hi, how you doing? Sun's in Libra now, and since that solar eclipse we just had was at 29 degrees Virgo, and that marked end of one chapter and the beginning of another, I figured it'd be a good idea to check out what the sun has to say for us now that it's in Libra. So Libra is all about balance, and so we're looking for balance in ourselves and for our lives at the moment, what we need to do to achieve that balance. So Sun's now part of the grand air trine with Uranus and Pluto, and so that is good for social lives, our relationships with others. And so with Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto and Aquarius, we're looking at changes in how we think, changes in how we represent ourselves, sudden changes. And that changing the way that we may behave in our societal roles, our social circles. We may be seeking a change in our social life in order to move on to something better, in order to find that balance we need in our lives right now. And is that finding a new group of friends, or is that leaving a group of friends? It depends on your personal circumstances at the moment. But we see that Sun is conjunct Mercury, and Venus, the ruler of Libra, is in Virgo, so it's ruled by Mercury. And so we have lots of connections to Venus and Mercury. They're the big rulers of the chart right now. Venus is also sextiling Mars, which just moved into Scorpio. And with Mars moving into Scorpio, we are looking at action that we're going to be taking involving power dynamics and other people. So we are going to be looking at the yod that Mars is the apex of as well, which is Saturn conjunct Neptune and Uranus at the bottom of it. And so Mars is a big deal right now. It is not only in that yod, but it's also in a T-square with Jupiter and Pluto, and it's conjunct the moon, which is still in Libra. And so here we see a potential conflict that we may be focusing on here. So Saturn conjunct Neptune, this is shortcomings based on misunderstandings or deceptions, and sextiling Uranus, that could be leading to some troubling situations that we're not sure how to handle. And with that T-square to Pluto and Jupiter, we could be seeing making mistakes, trying to do too much too fast, and that affecting our ability to bring about the change that we want right now. And so, again, it's all about finding that balance, working to achieve what we want, working hard to achieve it, but not pushing so hard that we end up screwing up everything that we're working towards. And so we look at the opposite of that yod, and that is where Chiron is in Aries. And so Chiron, Aries, that's healing the self. And so we are going to need to be taking some time to still reflect on what healing we need to do personally in order to prevent ourselves from making the potential mistakes of the Mars T-square. And that seems to about cover this right here. If you guys are interested in this, if you want me to kind of do a little solar forecast every time the sun moves into a new sign or what have you, I'll be happy to. I thought it would be interesting to check it out. These transits, especially these outer planets, the way they're all set up to basically sextile each other there, Pluto to Saturn conjunct Neptune to Uranus, and then pretty soon to Jupiter. They're just, everything that interacts with any one of them is interacting with all of them, and that's why everything is just happening so intense and so hard right now. And I tried my best to not talk at all about any sort of politics in this video. I think we've had enough of that, so unless something particularly interesting happens, I will try to not talk so much about that for the next couple of videos. Next up will probably be my Saturn video. I just gotta finish writing up my little notes about it, and that'll be coming out. And I have a couple of charts scheduled, so I'm gonna try to keep up with my at least one video a day schedule. But if I miss a couple of days, that's why. I just have a couple of charts scheduled up that I need to get to soon. And yeah, that's about it. How are you doing? Are y'all doing all right? How was the rapture for you today? Did you see any interesting rapture stories happen? Be sure to let me know. Unfortunately, I didn't see anybody, but man, where I live, that might not be saying much. But anyways, y'all have a great day. I love you. If you want a chart reading, you can book one at www.dhastrology.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.